star booze-laced rager at his Hollywood mansion. Charlie's publicist confirms to HLN that Charlie Sheen is at an undisclosed location and that no other information will be released. Frankly, it's the best news I have heard all day. I'm so happy he's in rehab. Nobody wanted to see him die. It looks like CBS has Charlie's back because production of 2.5 Men is now on hold. I want to hear from you. I'm taking your calls, 1-877-JVM says. Straight out to Us Weekly's Melanie Bromley. Melanie, this is a huge development. What are you hearing tonight?
Well, we're hearing similar things. I mean, what we were told was that his family are very concerned for his health, and obviously he went to hospital yesterday. Martin Sheen was there, so was Denise Richards, his ex-wife, so was his mother, and everyone has been very, very concerned for him and had wanted him to go to rehab. And obviously today he has gone, so thankfully he's listening to the people who are close to him.
Yeah, and by the way, we've got some new reports. This is a breaking news story, so it's just coming in as we speak. Radar Online now reporting that Martin Sheen, his dad, was the one who was at the hospital on Thursday and got involved because it was so serious and was adamant that Charlie go to rehab. And the source says basically that Martin was afraid that Charlie was going to kill himself, and he only jumps in when it gets really bad because, as Dr. Drew was explaining to us earlier, you don't want to be codependent. And the only power you have is to admit that you are powerless. Correct, Jennifer Jimenez?
Correct. You know, I'm really grateful that Al-Anon didn't get a hold of my mom when I was out there using, but boy, did they get a hold of her when I got in treatment. You know, my mom's one that helped me get into treatment as well. And, you know, enough is enough. And I'm very happy that his father stepped in. You know, people that love people who are suffering out there can help by doing that, you know?
Yes. For all of you out there who are powerless over any substance, you can get help. If Charlie Sheen can go to rehab, so can you. Now, he has been to rehab 4 other times, so this is rehab number 5. So we're going to discuss how that's going to impact all this. And also, what's he in rehab for? Is it substance abuse, or is it sex, or is it a combination? If we can believe Charlie's porn star friend Casey Jordan, who was supposedly partying him with that night, Charlie wants to become the patriarch of a huge porn family that he apparently wanted to put in a mansion nearby where he lives. Listen to this from TMZ.
I was supposed to get, well, he already got apparently another girl, Bentley, and he's like, well, what do you want? Because he's like, I want to retire. You know, he's like, we're going to go crazy. We're going to get this house. It's like a $20 million house, like 27 rooms. And we're trying to, like, you're like the missing puzzle piece. We don't have a blonde, and you're my blonde. Are you in? Are you not in? Are you not? And I'm like, of course I'm going to be in. I want a blue Bentley because the other girl going.
Now, isn't there a show like that on TV? I think it's called Big Love on HBO. Well, one man, lots of women under one roof. Chloe Milos, senior reporter, HollywoodLife.com. I think it was all the talk of the porn stars, too, and all this other stuff that made it so terribly sordid that may have pushed this particular incident across an invisible line that the others did not, even though the one in the Plaza Hotel in New York also involved a porn star.
It is an absolute miracle that Charlie Sheen is still standing. His behavior has been dangerous and shocking, to say the least, ever since he was here in New York City in October, causing $7,000 worth of damages to his hotel room at the Plaza. We have been hearing at HollywoodLife.com that he has been partying nonstop and doesn't care. He's the highest paid TV actor. He's making millions of dollars per episode on 2.5 Men, and he's just been living the life. But this is wonderful news that his father, Martin Sheen, has been pleading for him to get back into rehab. It's about time that someone puts their foot down and stops making excuses for Charlie Sheen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Jennifer Jimenez, you're in recovery. You were a cocaine user, and thank God you're now sober. It doesn't matter who takes you to rehab. You've got to want to sober up. With 4 rehabs already under his belt, and they didn't work, and now rehab number 5, what has to happen to make this one work?
You know, him being willing is what's got to happen, and with that, a spiritual awakening will come. I think when you were talking about, you know, I think it's the coke addict, alcoholic Charlie Sheen that wants to have the prostitutes and have them in the house. I don't think the clear-headed Charlie Sheen would want to do that. He's a father and a son, you know, so hopefully that those things will come through in treatment this time, and sober companionship after he gets out of treatment.
Hold on, we're going to be back with more in a moment.
I do know what happened. I would rather.
Oh, you do know. You just don't want to talk about it.
I would rather.
Okay,
Charlie.
so I'm just telling you
what I did
what I
help him
read.
at the hospital.
You did go to the hospital with him. So how was he doing? Can you tell me that?
I'll let you ask Charlie.
Oh, silence reveals so much. Apparently just a day in the life of a Sheen wife. But now, just maybe Charlie Sheen's on the right track. We hope. His publicist says he just entered rehab today, just one day after, wow, a party-ending ambulance ride to the ER. Becky, Virginia, your question or thought, ma'am?
Yes, I had a comment. I feel like people do make a lot of excuses for Charlie Sheen. People act like he's just this young guy who's out there partying and living this, you know, crazy life. Even Dr. Drew referred to him several times as a young man and said he had this syndrome that young males have. Charlie Sheen is like in his 40s. He's a grown man. He's not a kid, you know.
5 kids. He's got 5 kids.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it
I
just
agree.
really bugs me. He's not a kid. He's not some 20-year-old kid out in Hollywood.
Jennifer, why are you laughing?
She's so right, you know, like everyone kind of just plays it down like, oh, you know, slap on the wrist. He's, you know, he's just going through it. It's like, no, he's dying from a disease. He's a grown man that is completely captured from this disease that's killing him.
Now, here's my big issue tonight. Okay, he's dealing with his problems, but why are the women surrounding him so willing to be there? Why are all these women so willing to join Charlie Sheen in this very dark place? Remember Capri Anderson? She was in that New York hotel room that Charlie tore apart, and she's a porn star. She went there willingly until she ended up cowering in Charlie's bathroom while he was allegedly throwing Lance around. Now, listen to this.
You think Charlie should maybe check into some rehab? Does he need it?
That might be the best bet for Charlie, yeah.
You think?
I would say so.
Do you have any comments to make on Charlie's latest bender in Las Vegas?
What do you think about Charlie's bender? Tell the girls to watch out for any lamps flying through the air.
Watch out for the lamps flying through the air. Charlie actually shot his former fiancée, Kelly Preston, back in 1990. Says it was accidental. Estranged wife, Brooke Mueller, claimed Charlie threatened to kill her. And there you just heard from porn star Capri Anderson from the New York incident that involved flying lamps. Chloe Milas, why on earth would these women want to have anything to do with him?
They're mesmerized by Charlie Sheen, this party boy lifestyle. He's making millions of dollars for each episode of 2.5 Men. He is partying all of the time, and he's the ultimate Hollywood party boy, but obviously it's landing him back in rehab. This will be the 5th time that he's going back to rehab since 1990. These are not new problems. Old dog, new tricks. It's a hard thing to do. It doesn't look like Charlie Sheen is ever going to change. This will be the 5th time, and it will be left to be seen if anything changes.
And sometimes it takes them many times. Jennifer, you know that.
Yes, I disagree completely.
It's a day at a time.
People can change.
All we have
people do
is
change.
today, and anybody can go out. Thank you so much, fabulous.